Virgil and Dante enter the gates of hell. There, they meet the small-souled, those unnamed spirits whose cowardice relegates them to the vestibule of the lower world. Passing onward, they come to the river Acheron, whose ferryman, Chiron, ushers the gathered souls to their eternal misery. I am the way into the city of woe. I am the way into eternal pain. I am the way to go among the lost. Justice caused my high architect to move. Divine omnipotence created me, the highest wisdom and the primal love. Before me there were no created things, but those that last forever, as do I. Abandon all hope, you who enter here. I saw these words of dark and harsh intent, engraved upon the archway of a gate. Teacher, I said, their sense is hard for me. And he to me, as one who read my thoughts. Here you must leave distrust and doubt behind. Here you must put all cowardice to death. We have come to the place I spoke about, where you would see the souls who dwell in pain, for they have lost the good of intellect. And after he had laid his hand on mine, with cheerful countenance, strengthening my resolve, he led me to the secret things below. There, sighs and moans and utter wailing swept resounding through the dark and starless air. I heard them for the first time, and I wept. Shuddering din of strange and various tongues, sorrowful words, and accents pitched with rage, shrill and harsh voices, blows of hands, with these raised up a tumult ever swirling round. In that dark air, untinted by dawn, as sand grains whipping when the whirlwind blows, said I, a blind of horror held my brain. My teacher, what are these cries I hear? Who are these people conquered by their pain? And he to me, this state of misery is clutched by those sad souls whose works in life merited neither praise nor infamy. Here they're thrown in among that petty choir of angels, who were for themselves alone, not rebels, and not faithful to the Lord. Heaven drives them out, to keep its beauty pure, nor will the deep abyss receive their souls, lest they bring glory to the wicked there. And I, Teacher, what weighs upon their hearts? What grief is it that makes them wail so loud? And he responded, A few words will do. These souls, immortal, have no hope for death, and their blind lives crept groveling so low, they leer with envy at every other lot. The world allows no rumor of them now. Mercy and justice hold them in contempt. Let's say no more about them. Look and pass. And I, beholding, saw a banner fly, whirling about and racing with such speed it seemed that it would scorn to stand or pause. And, all behind that flag in a long file, so numerous a host of people ran. I had not thought death had unmade so many. When I had recognized a few of these, I saw and knew at once the shade of him, the craven one, who made the great denial. Immediately I understood the truth. This was the low sect of those paltry souls, hateful to God and to his enemies. These worthless wretches, who had never lived, were pricked to motion now perpetually by flies and wasps. that stung their naked limbs and ran the blood in furrows down their faces, which, mingled with their tears, fell to their feet, where loathsome maggots gathered up the rot. When I had returned my gaze ahead, I saw a band of people gathered at the banks of a broad river. Teacher, if you please, let me know of these people, and what law makes them appear so eager to cross over, from what I make out through the feeble light. And he responded, These things will be made plain to you when we fix our steps upon the melancholy shores of Acheron. Then, with eyes fallen low and full of shame, fearing that I had burdened him with talk, I held my words until we reached the stream. And look here, coming at us in a boat, an old man, hair and lank skin white with age, hollering, Woe to you, you crooked souls! Give up all hope to look upon the sky. I come to lead you to the other shore, into eternal darkness, fire and ice. And as for you there, you, the living soul, get away from these others who are dead. But when he saw that I would not depart, no good soul ever passes by these ways. And so, if Chiron rails about you, well, you know how to interpret what he says. He finished, and the gloomy plains of hell shook with such a might that though the terrors passed, it bathes me in a sweat to think of it. That tear-drenched land heaved forth a sudden blast, flashing a lightning bolt as red as fire, that vanquished all my senses, and I fell, as a man falls whom sleep has overcome.